an update on Kurt Tippett?
Yeah, so nothing wrong structurally, which is important. There's some ligament damage there. At this stage, he'd be unlikely to play on Friday. He's walking around on it okay, which is a good sign, but obviously with a shorter turnaround, he'd be early in the week. The call probably at this stage unlikely to play Friday.
Is Callum think they're the logical replacement? Because Cameron, I guess, has missed a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, we'll sit down and look at that. We haven't made that decision just yet, but obviously with two boys in the reserves that can come in and play that position for us if we need to.
So more likely to play against West Coast?
Well, we'd think he'd be almost a certainty to play play against West Coast, but at this stage, unlikely to play this week.
How's Isaac looking?
He's the other one, I guess. Yeah.
Isaac?
Yeah.
For this week?
Or how's he looking?
Look, he's looking a lot better. He did some training last week and pulled up really well, and we'll do some more training this week. He ran really hard last week. He'll continue the improvements this week. He won't be playing this week, but we look forward to hopefully getting back into training with the group towards the back end of the week.
So do you expect to get anybody back this week in that sense, John? Or?
No.
None from Sue at this stage, not the greatest start, but I mean, what you saw out of the Bulldogs game, you'd quite like to be enthused about?
Yeah, absolutely. We were really pleased with our younger kids. They lifted and played really well under that real heat of playing against quality opposition. So we were very happy with that. But we've still got some improvement areas. We certainly improved on the week before, and we need to get better again this week.
You never know what to expect from those young guys, but did you get pleasantly surprised from what?
Yeah, we picked them because we thought they could come in and play quite well for us. To the level that they played, they probably exceeded where we thought they'd be, and that's a good sign. But we've certainly picked them with the confidence that they can play a role for us at senior level, and they certainly showed that, and didn't look out of place at all. So to have the three first gamers and Ollie Florent, who played the week before as a second gamer, and all of them did quite well.
The O2 start to the season, John. I know since 08, 45 teams have gone. O2 one's played finals. You guys in 14. Does that give you solace, or does it give you concerns when you hear those sorts of
We
figures?
don't spend any time thinking about it, to be honest. I mean, we just got to play well against Collingwood this week. We looked at what we did well against the Bulldogs and what we need to improve on, and we need to keep going in that direction for this week.
Have yourself or anyone from the club spoken to the AFL about the umpiring on Friday night, and will you?
Peter Schwab called me on Saturday to let me know the Callum Mills one was definitely a free kick. So, so at this point, that's what he said on Saturday.
More broadly, were you happy with the level of officiating?
We've clearly got to make sure that we've given away the highest amount of free kicks in the competition, I think, at this point. So we need to make sure that we're either doing the right thing or wrong thing, or if we're doing the wrong thing, to make sure we get better at it. And Peter's going to get back to me and give us some ideas, and hopefully we can feed that back to the players.
The youngsters have been going well so far, but what about some of your leaders? Is it perception that some of them, like the key midfielders, are a little bit down on form so far? Yeah, they're probably, compared to the normal standard that they set week in, week out over the journey, of probably a little bit below that, but we're confident they can bounce back. I mean, they're quality players, and we've got confidence that they can certainly start to play a bit better than what they've been playing. Not certainly to the level that they're used to, but that's a pretty high level they're normally achieving.
Traditionally, Collingwood always give you a tough time. I mean, they're a desperate club as well at the moment.
Yeah, we know that. I mean, Collingwood, their pre-season form was really solid, and on the weekend, certainly in the second quarter, they had plenty of shots at goal and plenty of opportunities. So, and they've got a very good midfield, and we expect them to be really fierce here on Friday night.
When you spoke to Feeder, John, did you ask for a clarification about the holding the ball rules in general? Because I know I'm confused as to what is holding the ball.
Yeah, I just asked, as far as the general scramble and when the whistle's due to be blown and when it's not, and how long it takes to blow the whistle sometimes, and why that's blown sometimes and sometimes not. So we're waiting to hear back from that, and as soon as we hear back from that, we'll address it with our players, because we need to get better at it, clearly, because we're on the wrong end of the ledger at the moment. We need to improve on it.
Are the players confused then, if you and I and a lot of other people I think are?
Well, I hope not. I can only get some advice and pass it on to the players, and that's what I'm going to try and do over the next couple of days.
Do you feel like you're hamstrung? Because if you complain about the free kicks, you just look like a sore loser, but you're clearly not maybe getting the rub of the green right now.
Oh, well, there's nothing I can do about it. So I've got to worry about what I can control, and that's the team preparation and giving some advice where it's appropriate in regards to some of the things that we may or may not be doing. So that's the plan for this week, and as I said, Peter Swab said he'd get back to me, and I'll wait and see what he's got to say, and hopefully we can get better at it.
Lance Franklin plays game 250 this week. Reasonable performance on Friday.
Yeah, look, he probably started a bit slow on Friday, but he came home with a wet sail. It'd be fair to say he's such a massive competitor. He really lifted in the big moments, and that last, the first 15-20 minutes of that last quarter, he was everywhere. So he's been a wonderful contributor for us. He's been so consistent and worked so hard, and such a massive competitor.
And you played in probably the greatest era of forwards ever. The Lockett, Ablett, Dunstall, yourself, others.
Oh, don't put me in that category.
That's not, yeah.
Throw Wayne Carey in there, I do.
Yeah, and Duck as well. I mean, how does Buddy stack up against the ones players in the past? He's got his own kind of unique skill set as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's quite unique. His athleticism for his size is what makes him a really unique forward from that area. If you're comparing eras, he gets up the ground and back, and is so quick and such an amazing kick that he is quite unique, but he certainly deserves to be mentioned in the same breath as those guys. I guess we'll have to wait and see what his career pans out like, but to this point, you'd certainly say he's in that bracket.
You're in a rare position to judge, I guess, having played with Carey and coached Buddy. Can you compare the two at all?
I probably haven't spent a lot of time thinking about it, other than they both have big impacts on the game. They're different players, but they both have significant impacts on the game at the biggest moments, and that's what sets the real champions apart, the ability to be able to impact the game on a consistent basis and then go again when you need to. And both Carey and Franklin were able to do that.
Are you surprised at just how big an impact Sam Weed's had, varying how long he's been out?
It's been really pleasing for us. Obviously, he's to miss 12 months of AFL football and to come back and pick the game up so quickly is a real credit to him. He's had a good pre-season, and that's you can't underestimate that with any player, and particularly Sam after missing so much football. So for him to come back and have an impact the way he's playing, I mean, to kick 6 goals and spend time in the ruck, and was unfortunate we obviously lost Kurt, because we would have loved to have kept him forward, but he's marking the ball really cleanly and kicking the ball so well at the moment.
So presumably ruck is only an emergency situation for him this year. I mean, you've got the option, I guess, of playing him down back if you need, but you...
Yeah, the plan has always been to play him key forward, because it allows us a much more flexibility with Franklin and those guys around him. And obviously, once Kurt went down the first 15 minutes, we had to give Naismith a bit of a rest, and had to take Sam out of that position when he was key forward. But when he was there, he certainly made a real impact, and we're confident that he can do the same again this week.
When you look at Kurt's replacement, Callum and Darcy, do you look more at last week or the whole of the pre-season, or?
Oh, it's a combination of the whole thing. So it's not just the last week's game. It's a combination of the pre-season, last week's game, who we're playing. Obviously, Grundy's a very good ruckman, so we're aware of that. Those things all come into the mix. It's good that we've got 2 players there that we're comfortable bringing either one of them into the team. So, on the record of saying it's very important to have a good quality group of ruckmen, and we're fortunate to have a couple of good ones that can come in for us.